hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we all need to be prepared to give back our stimulus money. This includes the $1,200 stimulus check, the $600 stimulus check, the $1,400 stimulus check, all your enhanced unemployment benefits, PPP loans, and so much more. Now, I talked about this just the other day. If you didn't get a chance to go and watch the video that I did, it is this one right here. It is called Forced to Pay It Back, Stimulus Warning. If you didn't get a chance to go and watch that, I highly recommend you do, because I explain everything that is going on. But today, I really want to dive into this, explain who might be required to pay back their stimulus. So this might include you. So the one thing that I do ask, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button so that this video gets shared to more and more people, because this is now a serious problem. The other thing I want you to do is go ahead and share this video with your friends, your family, and your colleagues, so they too know exactly what is going on. But I will break all this down in just a moment. Again, thank you guys for watching. All I ask is it takes just one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So the federal government wants your money, or they want their money back. And here's the reason why. They can't take their money that they initially gave to Ukraine and gave to Israel and given to other countries. They can't take that money back, because then it makes us look weak, like we cannot do anything. Well, guess what? We can't. But I want to touch on this, okay? Because this one story, this came to my attention the other day, and again, this is troubling. It says the IRS says it will deny most claims of pandemic tax credit for employers. This right there started just a ripple effect, okay? And this was posted a few days ago, but this really got things going, because many experts started coming out of the woodwork over the past few days saying that they have been saying this was going to happen, and now it's happening. But I want to explain something else, because the federal government has said that they're not going to come back and take your stimulus check, right? It was money to help you get through tough times. Well, we got through those tough times. Now, these are different times because we still have inflation. But the concern now is they are going to come after your money that you may or may not have been eligible for. This is the issue. Now, I was talking to a few experts just yesterday evening, and here's what they had to say. One says the U.S. government is going to demand that you return all your stimulus. Everything that they gave you will need to be returned if they deem that you are not eligible for whatever the stimulus was. Okay? And I'm going to give you the two biggest ones. And these are the ones that the experts are concerned with. There's two. Okay? And my guess is you've received at least one of these. One person said that it is going to be coming very soon. Now again, I talked about this yesterday, so if you didn't get a chance to go and watch that video, again, I highly recommend it. But here's what you need to understand. The two programs. Number one, stimulus checks. The second one, enhanced unemployment benefits. Here's what experts are saying. One expert says, if you were single and made less than $75,000 after taxes, then you qualified. It had to be under $75,000, your adjusted gross income. This is where things get tricky. If you made less than $75,000, but yet the IRS comes back and they decide to audit you, and now they deem that you made more than $75,000, well, you weren't actually eligible, at least for the whole thing. So now you may have to pay some of that back. And guess what? There's interest. You would have to pay it back plus interest on the money they gave you. Think about that. They are going to absolutely screw over millions of people if this actually happens. And again, the reason I say if is because this has not been put into motion yet. Experts believe it is coming. The same goes for couples. If you earn less than $70,000 or $150,000, you are eligible for a stimulus check. Right? You and your spouse are eligible. Guess what? If you get audited, or the IRS comes out and says, you know what, you took this deduction twice, this, and you don't qualify. You don't qualify for the whole thing, so now you got to pay back the amount that you didn't qualify for. But at the same time, guess what? Interest, they're going to hit you with a penalty. Now, this one is where things are absolutely going to blow up. Listen to this. The enhanced unemployment benefits paid out $600 per week for a maximum of 39 weeks, and that was on top of your normal weekly benefit. Let's say you received a $400 weekly benefit. That was your unemployment amount. Guess what? For 39 weeks, you would have received $1,000 to be on unemployment. The people that were claiming unemployment benefits that would not go back to work. This is one of the reasons why Republicans said absolutely no way are we going to extend the $600 enhanced unemployment benefits. I believe it went down to like $400 or something for a handful of weeks. But again, Republicans said they weren't going to do it because people were getting paid more to sit at home watching TV than to actually go to work. And so that's where everything flipped. But let me just paint this picture for you. If you got a $600 bonus for 39 weeks, that's $23,400 on top of your normal weekly benefit. $23,400. Let's say you were not eligible for that money. Again, everybody was. But let's say you were not technically unemployed, or you were not actually looking for a job. Guess what happens then? Well, it could come after you. Not just for your average weekly benefit, for your normal weekly benefit of possibly like $300 to $400, but the $600 on top of that. Guess what? If the IRS or the state, or in this case, look at this.
When the Supreme Court justices stood before this.
It says in our new report, this is from September 2023, we estimate that total amount of fraud across all unemployment insurance programs, including the new emergency programs during the COVID pandemic, was likely between $100 and $135 billion. Guess what? It's not just the state and the IRS that are going to come after you. This one right here, the Department of Labor and the Department of Justice are taking action to recover these funds. However, experts believe that this is going to take years. This is not going to happen immediately. Experts believe this right here is going to take years before they're able to go back and recover the funds of potentially $100 to $135 billion from people that got this unemployment insurance money fraudulently, that they actually weren't supposed to get it. Okay? This is where things are going to go from bad to worse. And I said this before, to be careful with the money that you take from the federal government because they may ask for it back. They said, and they were very clear, that no, $1,200 stimulus checks, the $600 checks, the $1,400 stimulus checks, those were yours. They were never going to ask for those back. You would not have to claim that money as income on your tax return. However, they're now starting to reconsider what they said. And this may be, well, may cause the entire economy to absolutely crumble. But for the lowest income earners, well, they're going to be devastated. If people that are making $20,000 to $30,000 a year have to go and pay back a $23,400 overpayment plus interest, they will be screwed. There is no way they would ever be able to dig themselves out of that hole. So that's what's happening at this time. Again, if you didn't get a chance to go and watch the video that I did yesterday, it's this one right here. The stimulus recalled is what it says on the thumbnail. But again, this video right there is going to explain exactly what's happening. But the problem is, all this stuff is going to happen slowly. One of the experts I talked to just this morning, he said that this will not happen. The ball's going to get rolling, but as far as them coming after your money, it's probably not going to happen until after the election. So we'll see what happens there. But That is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.